The broadcast is live.
We are now live.
We are in live. Yay!
We should start with like positive energy and everything. Okay,
Definitely.
let's just wait a little bit for people to join us. How do you usually start your live?
So I normally start my live and say like, hi, everybody. How are you? That's always my first question with how are you? And so we can ask it to the audience now. How are you? How was your day?
Okay. Let's start with that. Today is hosted by Rosie. I'm the entertainer.
No, not at all.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's live. Whether you're watching this from Frang Angmo or Kru Rosie British English. So, see, the first comment is Kru Sui. Obviously, Kru Rosie.
Okay. Talking about you.
Nah. Or maybe both of us. Okay. So let's start with the first question. Usually, just like warming up a little bit for people to come. Usually, you ask, "How are you today?" Right?
Yes, exactly. And then I normally tell about myself. I normally say like, "Okay, so I've had a really nice day. I've been working quite a lot, but in general, it's been a very positive day, and I've been excited about doing this live all day. So for me, it's been a great day." And what about you, Kanal? What about you?
Oh, I've been excited about this live for 2 weeks.
Yes, me too.
Because that's when we started to do. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here it is, the live of 2021. Actually.
Exactly.
สวัสดีทุกคนเลยนะคะ Hello, how are you today? Please type and chat with us, whether you're from Kru Rosie or Frang Angmo page. Let's see some of the comments, shall we?
Yes, let's do it. Let's see how our viewers are doing. Hopefully they've had a good day.
Yeah, I really hope so too. Okay, we have viewers from the Philippines. Hello from the Philippines. Yay!
Oh, this is so nice. I personally love it when I see that different viewers are from different countries. So if you're from a different country, then please comment down below and tell us where you're from, whether you're from the Philippines, Thailand, Cambodia, Australia, wherever you're from, then please comment down below.
Yes, exactly. We would love to know where you're from. Okay, สวัสดีค่ะน้องคณะคุณ Rosie. Yay!
Oh, สวัสดีค่ะ
Okay. Somebody said tonight we're gonna hear American and British accent. Oh.
So, Kanat, this is something that I was actually thinking about our life, about how your accent is more American. So I think this is actually one other great thing is that we've got American and British.
Exactly. I think that should be quite interesting for us. Maybe the next topic could be the accent. We already have the next topic.
Yes, exactly. Okay. American and British English.
Exactly. That would be very fun. Okay, somebody is from Taiwan.
Oh, that's so nice.
Hello. Yeah. Hello from Myanmar. We have someone from
Myanmar.
Hi. Oh,
hi, Charles.
Wow, we have so many people. Okay, hi from Cambodia. Hi.
Oh my gosh, I'm absolutely loving this. We are international.
I know, right? Hello from Myanmar, another viewer from Myanmar, a lot from Myanmar. Okay, hello from Laos. Sabaydi.
Sabaydi.
Learning all the, what's that called? The how to say hello in all of these languages.
Exactly.
Now.
And then our next live, we'll be doing our greetings in every language all over the world. Hello, Sabaydi.
Exactly. We'll spend probably 30 minutes. Greetings, everybody.
Yes, exactly.
Greetings from Japan. Wow.
Oh. Hi, Tirapat.
สวัสดีค่ะคุณธีรพัฒน์ Okay. All right. I think we maybe should start for today's. Ladies and gentlemen, let us maybe like introduce ourselves a little bit, starting with Rosie.
Yay! Okay, so for those of you that don't know me, my name is Rosie. Actually, my full name is Rosanna, but when I first came to Thailand, nobody could really say my name. So I just said, okay, call me Rosie. So this is one of the reasons nowadays where everyone just calls me Rosie, and that's what I love to be called. So yes, my name is Rosie, and I've been in Thailand for the last 7 years, and I've been teaching. I'm also from Oxford in the United Kingdom, so my accent is kind of like a very typical British accent. So yeah, that's everything about me. I love living here. I've been here for a while, so I understand Thai culture pretty well, which is something which we're going to be talking about today. So yeah, I'm very happy to be here in Bangkok.
Amazing. So you also learn about Southeast Asian studies, am I right?
Studies. I did, exactly. Yes.
It's going to be very fun. Okay, yes. Amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, please send, I don't know, number eight to like a big round of applause for Kuroshi Khan.
Yay.
Okay. As for myself, if you don't already know me, you probably don't want to know more about me, but I'm going to say it anyway. So my name is Kana,นะคะ Kana, which is a vegetable in Thai language. And apparently, my parents decided to name me after a vegetable. And this we are going live both on Kurosi page and also on Frang Ang Mo, which is our platform of teaching English. I usually, right now, I teach English for communication, public speaking, speech communication, a little bit of educational psychology as well into how you can learn how to learn, to be more productive, how your brain can learn faster, better, more efficiently. So nice to meet you.
How long have you been teaching? How long have you been teaching?
I started teaching since I was like in college. So
wow.
About quite a number of years, probably like 7-8 years now. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So really, really similar then.
Yeah, right. So you start teaching when you first arrived in Thailand, right?
Yes, but I had to take a course first, and then after I took the course, then I was able to teach officially English. And then since I've been here, I've done so many different types of teaching, doing like private teaching, workshops, group classes, so many different things. It's great.
Amazing. Okay. Of course, I think a lot of you have seen Kurosi videos. They're very, very it's very fun, but at the same time, you made it very clear as well. Okay, now let's get into topics. Let's get into our topics for today. So we thought that the first thing that we're going to talk about is to share our experience living abroad.
Yes.
Okay, starting with again the most beautiful lady here first.
No way. No way.
Okay. Rosie, so Thailand is a country, the first country that you start like traveling or living?
Yes, exactly. So this was basically I graduated. Wow, actually I should go back to university. So I studied Thai and Southeast Asian studies at university. So I was obviously learning Thai language back then. And then I came to Chiang Mai, and then I studied. That was my first time in Thailand, even though I'd already studied Thai language. And so it's my first time here. Then I went back to the UK and then graduated, and then decided okay, I need to come back to Thailand. And I expected to be here for maybe a year. And then now I've been here for 7 years.
Oh, yes. And continuing.
Exactly. So for me, my first time here was 10 years ago when I was at Chiang Mai University. And it was a very, very interesting experience for me because back then, like I said, I'd never been here before. Everything was so new, the food, the weather, the people. There were so many parts of Thai culture that it just blew me away. I wasn't shocked, 100% culture shock, more just intrigued. Why do Thai people say this? Why do people do this? It was more interest and intrigue as opposed to culture shock.
Okay. What is the most interesting culture that you encountered in Thailand? The first, the most interesting thing that I never know Thai people do this.
Okay. So I would say for me, I would say for me, it would have to be the idea that Thai people are so chilled. The idea ofไม่เป็นไรสบายใจเย็นๆ and I think that Exactly. So that was, I guess, because I'm quite energetic, and back then I was even more energetic. So I think that some people kind of misunderstood my energy in a weird way. Like people maybe misunderstood, like, I know maybe I'd be sharing something just out of excitement, but then I think they kind of misinterpreted it as maybe that I was like, I don't know, annoyed, or I don't know, it was maybe misunderstood, and it was like, okay, Jai Yin Yen. And I was like, I am Yen. I am fine.
Yeah. Like, are you like super energetic? Are you excited, like too excited about something? Is it something like people misunderstood about you?
Yes, it was kind of like, why are you so happy? Oh, no, I wouldn't say happy. I would say just like, why are you so full of energy? I felt like, because Thai people, I guess in Thai culture, everyone is pretty calm, and they very like, they hold themselves nicely, and that's like seen as like, oh, เรียบร้อย. This idea of เรียบร้อย for like women, which is obviously such a nice concept, but I guess in England we wouldn't really think about เรียบร้อย in the same way as in Thai culture. So I guess it was just like interesting for me. It was nothing good, or it wasn't like a bad thing. It was just more something that I had to understand why Thai people said that, or why they kind of wanted me to calm down.
I know. I'm the weird one as well. Like people will be like, oh, you have so much energy or something like that. So yeah, I can totally relate to that. Exactly. So anything else that, what is the hardest thing for you to like trying to adapt to the culture? Anything that you find it like, oh, it's not easy for me at all?
So for me, I guess that point which I said, it was kind of, that was one of the biggest things that, just that maybe people just misunderstood me. That was it. What else? I wouldn't say anything in particular, but just, I know one thing. One thing I would say was maybe to do with like outward appearance, of maybe making comments like about like, oh, you look fatter, or you look fatter, you have got a spot, or you look tired. I would say that that's something which I mean, nowadays I'm kind of used to it, but back then I was kind of like, are you insulting me? Like, I didn't know what to say at that point.
Exactly. That's kind of like how we greet one another in Thailand. It's so weird. Like, we don't mean to be like, mean or rude. But we just like, whenever we see somebody and we haven't seen for a while, then we're gonna go like, อ้วนขึ้นปะเนี่ย ผอมลงปะเนี่ย
สิวขึ้น
ทำไมสิวขึ้นเยอะช่วงนี้ I'll be like, yeah, but I'm so used to that. So people would be like, อ้วนขึ้นปะเนี่ย I was like, yes. I ate a lot, but like, yes.
I ate a lot of ice cream last week, and I'm proud.
Yes. Okay. Shall we take a look a little bit about like how like, let's ask some questions here so that we have like interactive questions.
Yes, definitely. Let's do it.
ทุกคนคะไลฟ์นี้ทุกคนสามารถคุยกันเราจะคุยกัน3 4 5และประมาณอีก 2,000 right now. People are like 2,000 people watching this live right now.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so have you ever experienced a culture shock? For example, Rosie have been living in Thailand, and of course, whenever you start to, enter a new culture, of course, you have something that you feel like it's, oh, that's intriguing, that's very interesting. I never met that or seen that before. What are some culture shock you have experienced?
Yeah, I would be interested to know, like, has anybody lived abroad? I mean, to be honest, it may just be that somebody that's just been on holiday just for a short trip and you've experienced some culture shock, or it may be somebody that's lived abroad and actually had the experience of living in a foreign country. So if any of you have anything that you want to share, then please comment down below, and we would love to take a look and have a look at your comments.
Amazing. While waiting for your comment,
yes,
I'm gonna share mine just a little bit very briefly. I went to, I think I told you, right, Rosie, about like me living in India when I was in
you did, yeah.
That was interesting too. Another thing is also I went to the States when I graduated already. So a culture shock, not exactly a culture shock. We are so like used to the American media consumption and everything. So we watch the movie and we kind of have this assumption that Americans are like this. I don't know about like it. This is not exactly a culture shock, but for me, I find it like I'm not used to it. So I just go there and then I feel like the first thing that I notice is that people are very individualistic. I don't know if it's the same in the UK.
I think so, yes. I think it's, to be honest, I just think it's part of Western culture. And it's actually interesting you mentioned that.
Exactly. So there's like individualistic and collectivist.
Yes. I think we said, the collective identity.
Yeah. You know, like I'm not sure if you have heard the story, but like during high school or in school, usually the girls, even though they don't need to go to the bathroom, but like a group of friends, whenever one of us want to go to the bathroom, they would say like, anyone wants to go to the bathroom with me.
Oh,
okay. Go to the restroom with me. Yeah.
Yeah. Is this not the same in America?
No.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I think people do these things alone. I think people do these things like they go eat alone. It's okay. Like I feel like it seems weird for people in Thailand, especially if you are young, to go eat or do stuff alone.
Oh.
I don't know. Is it weird?
No. I mean, in English culture. Okay, so you mean that in Thai culture, people don't really do these things alone? No.
Yeah. People go to, like, especially when you're young, you usually go to places in groups. You go eat. If you eat alone, it seems like you're weird or like, oh, you don't have any friends or something like that. Or you go study, you usually go study in groups. This is my perception. Yeah. This is only my perception. I might be wrong. But yeah, I think that's one thing that I noticed that American people, they do stuff alone. They go like, you will go see in the cafeteria and then you will see like people just eat alone. And I will be like, okay, yeah, I can eat alone or I can go to the library alone. But in Thailand, it would just seems weird. I don't know. Like we usually go in groups, you have lunch in group, you have dinner in groups. It's pretty much more like people go together.
Oh, okay. This is quite, I think this is quite an interesting point. Maybe it's just more to do with, I think it's Western culture that we just try to just have our own freedom at quite a young age. And it's not seen as like you said, it's not seen as weird or anything. Like if you go, to be honest, like when I was younger, I'd go like shopping alone. I was only like 14 and I would just like go shopping. And for me, that wasn't strange, but you're right. Maybe for a Thai person, just to like go shopping by yourself or eat by yourself, it just seems a bit strange maybe. But however, the bathroom one, for us, we do go to the bathroom together.
Oh.
We do. Well, I mean, I did when I was at high school. 100% would be like, let's go do our hair in the bathroom.
Oh yeah. That's good. It's good to know because I told my friend, my American friend, and she was like, "That's the most like insane thing like that I've ever heard in my life. Like, oh, why would you want to go to the bathroom together? Like, you can just go like do your business here, something like that." That's my friend. That's what she said.
So, or maybe it's an American thing though, because British girls definitely do, especially if it's like a party or we're going out in the evening. Like, okay, let's toilet trip, or it's kind of like, who wants to go to the bathroom? Me.
Oh, okay. That's nice to know. Okay. Shall we take a look at like some of the comments about?
Yes, I would love to see some. Yeah.
Okay. Oh wow, we have some questions already.
Oh, how exciting!
Okay. Oh, okay. We see someone. Hello, Pikana and Rosie. Could you please tell us who's your number one role model? Ooh.
Oh gosh, you go first. If you have something. I will be honest. I don't really have an exact role model in my life. I don't have like an actor or an actress that I'm like, oh, I absolutely love them, or I don't, or somebody from history. I don't really have that. I would say just more people in general that I kind of take parts of people's lives that I think are interesting or I can look up to in that way. So it's more about different people in different situations as opposed to one person.
Exactly. I just instead of my number one role model, I have just too many role models.
Yeah, exactly.
There's too many role models for me to name, and it depends on what areas of life that you're talking about as well, right? Rosie can be my role model as well. So
yes, exactly. You can be my role model too. Well, you are my role model.
Since my mom is probably watching this, so I have to say my mom.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but of course, yes, I have so many role models. Okay.
Oh.
Okay, somebody share a very interesting story. Kun Kanchana Johnson. Rosie, do you want to read this?
Okay, sure. Okay, so first time I came to the UK, not a shock, but a bit like, don't quite understand, okay? When people are doing their washing up, they just only clean them once with hot water and washing up liquid. Okay, so I'm not 100% sure what this... They only clean it once with hot water and washing up liquid. Do you mean that they don't scrub it lots of times? I'm not 100% sure about this one. I mean, for myself, I scrub about 20 times, but that's maybe just me personally. So maybe it depends on the person. So I'm not sure about this one, I'll be honest.
Yeah, maybe it's a person as well. Yeah, could be. That's quite interesting.
Yeah.
That's quite okay. Thank you for sharing. Okay. Yeah, we have so many comments. It's really very hard to keep up right now.
This is exactly the same as me. I try and choose, like, how do I choose them that are also interesting?
I know, exactly. Okay. So, right. Kun Thirapat from Japan, right? Well, it's kind of very rude in Japan when we're curious about something and we speak out. Shocking moment, like, like that. Oh, it's rude to say, in Japan.
Oh, is it? Oh, and we speak out, Oh.
It's rude, right?
Oh, this is really, really interesting. Or maybe, I don't know, I guess Japanese people, I mean, I've got some Japanese students myself, and Japanese people, they are even more chilled or calm than Thai people. Like, I thought Thai people were calm, and then Japanese people are on like a different level. They're just so relaxed and they're so controlled and calm. So I guess it's just part of Japanese culture to control yourself and not maybe say too much.
Oh, yeah. There's another interesting thing is, and this applies very strictly in Japan, is not wearing shoes in the house. But the Westerners, we do wear shoes in the house, right?
We do wear shoes in the house. This is true. But Kana, this is actually also depends on the household. So let's say like my house, my mum always told us that we had to take our shoes off. So for me, that was like my mum's rule because we had carpet in the house. But then, I mean, there would be times like when we would walk in the house and then go straight into the kitchen, which was just, which wasn't carpeted. So we did sometimes, but my mum was always like, take off your shoes, go back, take off your shoes. So it definitely depends on the household.
Oh, exactly. I also agree with that. Because my friends in America, like I thought that as well. So I'm so prepared to wear shoes in the house when I go visit my friend's house or like, sleep over. And apparently my friends are Asian Americans. So what they do is like, they just like, take off their shoes and, and like there's more like a little bit of Asian culture in there. So I'm like, I'm saved. I don't want to Okay. All right. Wow. Okay. Somebody was saying, Kun Panarai saying, wow, you two are my favorite and now you're together. That's awesome.
Yay. Thank you. Dad.
I start to notice Rosie's gestures. I really
my embarrassing excitement dance.
Exactly. Okay. Okay. Another question. Interesting question.
Oh yeah.
Who is your favorite Hollywood star?
Oh gosh. Can you answer this one first?
Let me think. Emma Watson, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How come Emma Watson?
Because everybody loves Hermione, I think. I think that's how we develop crush on Hermione Grangers. So I feel like her character in Harry Potter was one thing, but also her like personality, like as someone who's really really into education and everything as well. So yeah, I have developed a lot of, I don't know what is like attraction towards Emma. Yeah, but there's so many Hollywood stars.
Also, people like her accent. Do you like her accent? Because hers is British.
Yeah.
Do you like her accent? You do.
Yeah, but I just can't seem to like imitate it. So like at the end of the day, I just end up with American accent instead.
She's from Oxford. Did you know that?
I didn't know.
Yeah, she's actually from Oxford. I've met her a couple of times. Yeah, I met her when I was younger.
Ooh.
Yeah, but she was actually in Harry Potter at that point, but because she's like the similar age to me. She's the year below me. So we had like mutual friends. So yeah, I've met her a couple of times.
Is it like people in Oxford or in the same city usually have mutual friends?
Yes, pretty much, because Oxford's pretty school. So there's only like a certain amount of high schools, and then sure, people know each other. So yeah, pretty much. It's pretty small and it's quite nice, but it's not too small that everybody knows each other's business. It's more just like in general, you will know that person through another person, or you will have seen that person. So I feel like Oxford is the nice size of a city. Bangkok's a little big, but no, I'm happy here.
If you get to go back and visit your home in Oxford, I'm coming with you.
Okay,
for sure.
Come with me, Hannah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Oh well, I have to admit that we have so many comments right now. Okay. Let me go with this. Sarah.
Yeah.
Hi, Pikana and Rosie. What in your culture are you most proud about?
Kana, do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
Fine with anything. Could you think of something already, or
I can think of something.
Okay, you can go first.
Okay, so for me, I would just say that British people are very polite, and we are sometimes over polite. I don't know if anybody's had an experience, but I would say that generally, if you go to England, and we just like are obsessed with the words like thank you and please, and we're happy to overuse these words. And for me, I guess it's something that I'm proud of, that we respect all people. Like, for example, if we go to a restaurant, you will always like say thank you a million times to the waitress. Like they just serve you some food and like, oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Like they give you some salt, like, oh, thank you so much. Or you get off the bus and you always say thank you to the bus driver. So that's
really nice.
Yeah. So we normally like say cheers. Cheers or thank you. And I guess for me, that's just like a nice part of British culture, that we're kind of over polite. And for me, I think it's nice. I think there's nothing wrong with being over polite.
Yeah, you cannot be too polite, I think.
Exactly. Yeah, I think it's better to be too polite than not so polite. So yeah, I guess for me, that has to be the thing that I'm most proud of. But maybe other people think differently. Maybe people would disagree that English people aren't polite. But I would say in general, English people, we are pretty polite. I think so.
Yeah. I was gonna say the same thing. I think that's where it's kind of similar in Thai culture as well. I think I think in Thailand we have this like, of course, like seniority. Of course, there are some pros and cons to every kind of culture you have.
Of course. Oh my gosh, of course.
But the seniority, and of course it comes with respect, right? So usually like my mom will always tell me when I was young, to when you go see like ผู้ใหญ่ the adult, she will be like, ไหว้หรือยัง ไหว้หรือยัง ไหว้คุณแม่หรือยัง ไหว้คุณป้าหรือยัง have you like so ดี everybody. So I will always have to make sure that when I meet somebody, the first thing that I have to do is like greet them, which is why usually. One thing I noticed is when I went to America. When I went to America, and I was always like bow when I walk past like someone who's more senior than me.
Yep.
And that's so weird in American culture. Like people are like, you're looking for something on the floor. I'll be like, nah, I was trying to be respectful. Yeah.
But for me, sorry, just to add one thing about you, like sure. bowing and like lowering your head. You go past people. So much a nice part of Thai culture. And so I do it myself without even thinking about it. Like, even if you're like on the BTS and you like go past somebody, even if they're not older, it's kind of like, instead of just like pushing past, just kind of like lowering your head a little bit. And I like when I go back to the UK, I find myself doing it. I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to stop myself. So
people find like it's quite weird when you do that. Like they were asking.
Yes, they don't. Yeah, they're like, but I think it's a nice part. I think it's such a nice part of Thai culture.
Exactly. I totally agree as well. Okay, another experience from Kun Jiu, I think. Am I pronouncing it right? I was traveling in Europe and I saw people using forks eating rice, and I was like, isn't it easier to use spoon instead? What do you think about this? And I have this question as well. What do you think about this?
So I think that the reason why we use it is, for us, spoons we would always use with desserts or like a yogurt or something. We would never think to use a spoon at dinner. Yes, it's more practical, but I think it's just more what we're used to. So for us, like using a knife and fork, it would feel weird to then pull out the spoon, because it was, for us, that's a dessert spoon. So I think it's just more what people are used to. They don't think practically. I think it's just automatic. You grab a knife and fork.
Oh, right. That's a great question. A great answer. Okay. Now I have to answer this. Kun Patchai, am I right? I was culture shock by, I had this culture shock with Indian head bubble. Okay, very good. Now I just find that it's not mean yes or no. They're just listening. This is what I understood. Yeah. Usually in Thailand, if you say no, you're gonna shake your head in some manner. Some people like nah, like something like that, right? But in India, if you shake your head like this, it means like, okay, very good. That's very nice. Very, very pretty. I'm sorry for my terrible Indian accent. But yeah, that's what you do. It means that it's good. Very good.
Oh, okay. Wow.
But when you say no, you're going to go, no.
No. Oh, yes, I've noticed that. No.
No. That's not nice. No. That's not nice. Yeah, something like that. So I would be like, what's going on? Like, if you say yes, you do this. But
okay,
they do.
So you do. So this is yes, this is I'm listening, and this is no.
Yeah, to me, this was okay. Okay, very good.
Okay.
So it's going like this, but no is going to be like solid no. That's what I understand. No.
I have a question? When you were in India, did you start to do this head bubble? Did you find yourself doing it or not?
That's very interesting.
Did you come back to Thailand and start saying, like, when people are talking to you and you're just like bobbing your head, like?
Probably as far as I know and conscious about my action, I don't think so. But what is really interesting is that we thought that the form of English vocabulary, or the form of the vocabulary they use in India, was English, which is not English. It was Indian English. So, for example, not the head motion, but the wordings. For example, if you just decided not to go to the class, in English is skipping class, right?
Sure.
In India, they say bunk the class.
To bunk class?
Bunk the class. Like the bunk bed.
Oh, wow. I'm just going to bunk class.
That was English. Yeah, I'm just gonna bunk the class. Like, are you bunking the class? I literally thought that was English. I literally thought that was British English.
Oh my gosh. So you're going like to British people like, yeah, I think I'm going to bunk class this afternoon. Sorry, what?
Exactly. And my friends were like, what? Exactly. And also like, for example, the 100,000, like let's say like if you want to say 100,000, right? 100,000, usually say 100,000, right? In India, they say 1 lakh. Lakh is
1 leg?
100,000.
No.
Lakh. Yeah. LAKH if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's 1 lakh. And that's 100,000. So I thought that san and lakh is in English. I thought it was English. It wasn't.
Oh my God.
That's Indian English.
Love it.
Yeah. Exactly. Okay. Yeah, I think we have so many. I'm so sorry. I guess we probably have to skip some of the answers and maybe move on to another topic. I think we probably have to go live like 3 hours today, Rosie.
I think so. I know. We're like 1 hour.
Yeah, exactly. So let's talk a little bit about like, can you share some thoughts about understanding the culture to help us learn the language?
Yeah. So yeah, I'll just talk a little bit myself then from my experience. I mean, so for me personally, actually when I was learning Thai language at the beginning, it was a real struggle for me. Like, to be honest, I think it was for the fact that I'd never been to Thailand before. So I was just like started learning at university and I was learning these words and phrases and I didn't really understand the connection. Like, why are we learning like this random word? I can't see how we would use it in a daily basis. And then it was when I came to Thailand, I would say, I mean, I didn't really notice it so much when I was in Chiang Mai. It was actually more when I came back to live in Bangkok that I was like immersed in the culture. And I realized that all of these words that I'd learned, that they're like part of Thai life, they're part of Thai culture. And this is why I'd been learning them. And then, so it was basically from being part of the culture that then I could learn the vocabulary and it was kind of both. Like the more I learned about the vocabulary, I could understand the culture. And the more I learned about the culture, I could understand the words. So for me, it's something that I emphasize so much when I'm teaching students is like, immerse yourself in the culture. Like, I mean, that's the reason you're learning a language. You're not learning a language to like separate yourself. You can't separate the language and culture at all. As hard as you try, you can't do it. So it's just one thing that I just really express to students and emphasize is get really involved in the culture and naturally the learning English process will just feel so much easier. So yeah, it's something which for me is just so important. And it's something just I just really want to express to all people learning English or any second language is just get involved in the culture however you want, which we'll talk about different ways. Yeah.
Exactly. There's so many ways to do this, and of course, not having to live abroad, and we're gonna talk about that as well. I think there's so many. I think that's the number one kind of obstacle that people think like it's pretty hard because we're learning. I think it's pretty much the same when you were learning in school. Yep. You don't really know how to apply it, and you only know the principles or the theory of it. I think the hardest thing for Thai people like me, including myself, is that we learn through translation a lot.
Oh,
would be like culture, วัฒนธรรม เคารพ respect, or like I couldn't think of anything like for example the word you mentioned this like the word เกรงใจ
Yes, exactly.
งอนง้อฝากเนื้อฝากตัวกตัญญู all these things are very
กตัญญู Oh yes. Yeah,
there's no such direct translation into the English words. I think กตัญญู we kind of like it's not the same thing exactly with gratitude.
No, it's not exactly because it's in Thai culture. It's definitely much deeper, and it's something which I found like just that word like gatanyu. I remember learning it in when I was at university, and I didn't really understand it. I didn't really understand the concept of it, but only when it's used in like a context is that you start to understand it. When people are explaining about this person and how we should like respect this person and the gratitude towards that person, it's only then that you start to get like a deeper feeling. And this is with so many words. You need to know the feeling behind the word. It's not just this is a word. It's like the feeling and the background behind that word, like เกรงใจ you can't, I mean, I've done a clip and I actually uploaded a clip yesterday about เกรงใจ. I taught different ways that we can say it. So I actually did upload it yesterday. But the ways that it's that you can't translate it directly. It's not like เกรงใจ has one word.
Exactly.
It totally depends on the situation, which is again to do with immersing yourself in the culture, because if we can do that, then we have the situation. So yeah, like with J, I said like different words that we can use based on when we're using it, and that we don't just say like เกรงใจ this is one word, กตัญญู one word, หมั่นไส้ one word or whatever.
Exactly. Oh, หมั่นไส้หมั่นเคี้ยวโอ้โหไปกันใหญ่เลย People usually text me and like, how do you say หมั่นไส้หมั่นเคี้ยวเกรงใจงอน and I would be like, it's very hard to just translate into one word. Like I need to explain to you in paragraph.
Exactly. And it's something I mean, for me personally, when I'm learning language myself, yeah, I look for so many example sentences that it's so important to see the context of the word in a sentence. Like either you're immersed in the culture and you maybe have a conversation with that word, or if you're at home, then sure, look for different examples of how it's used. Yes, context, body bond.
Yeah, I don't think we use the word context or body bond as much in our education about language learning. And when I first asked my students about, do you know what a context is? It was quite like a little bit like it's more of a assumption. It's not being explained enough. So yeah, as you mentioned, we need to know how people use it, in what occasion, to who are they talking to, what are their motivations, what are their thoughts, their feeling, their social connections, all these things that would count into how they communicate a message. Yeah. Okay. Amazing. Now let's move on. I think people want to really know about, okay, yeah, that's good for you, Rosie, because you get to live in Thailand. Oh, that's good for you, Kana, because you get to live in India, okay, or like you get to live in America for a short while. So is there any way that we can learn the language without having to live abroad or going abroad?
Definitely. Kana, do you want to begin first?
Yeah, there's actually so many ways, and I think Rosie will start like a lot of methods here and there, but I think the most important thing is that we live in the internet century, the digital age, where you can definitely, what I really want to how to say mention today is how you can personalize your learning.
Definitely.
With the consumption of the media, like, you know, going on YouTube, so you can now select the videos, like whatever country you want to go and immerse yourself into these days, you can definitely do it. If you want to go to the UK, you can just go like watch Emma Watson or watch Crew Rosie talk in English. And especially now that you talk in English for like the whole session, like I think I can just like listen to you talking the whole day or something like that. So that's something that you can always consume, right? You can personalize it to best fit your interest and also best fit your goal. So let's say if you want to, like, I want to be able to speak like British, then you can definitely find materials, media, not music, but like podcasts, movies, something that you can always like, you know, soak your brain with it, right? And let's say for me, I didn't get my American accent or my American English by going to America. Maybe this might be helpful and motivating for some people. สำหรับใครที่รู้สึกว่าแหมก็พูดได้สิไปอยู่ต่างประเทศมาใช่ไหมล่ะใช่จ้ะฉันไปอินเดียมาจากที่จ๋า โอเค แต่ว่ามันไม่ได้ได้ภาษาอังกฤษจากอินเดียเราสามารถที่จะปรับได้เรา personalize ได้ว่าเราอยากได้ภาษาอังกฤษแบบไหน you can personalize your own learning in a way that you would achieve your goals for me I want to be able to speak like this cool dude on YouTube because he is American and I would be like oh that's just so cool. I want to be a YouTuber. So I start listening him and imitating whatever he say. He'll be saying that's pretty cool, dude. That's nice. Like I don't know, like the swag or those days. Like that's dope. He will be saying all these things, and I start imitating him. So at first I sound a little bit weird, but as you go on, you will find a way to be able to find the right input.To be able to give the kind of output, the kind of speaking style, the writing style that you want. So that's most important thing that you can do right now in order to gain the language or gain the language skills. Yeah, I'm not making any sense.
No, what you've said, Kanal, what you've said is absolutely perfect. And it's exactly what I say to all of my students. Basically, find something that you love doing and turn it into English. Like I say, if you love watching movies in Thai, then watch English movies. Or if you love music, then listen to English music, sorry. So I think it depends what your interests are. There's no point forcing yourself to do something in English if you don't enjoy that activity in Thai.Kind of like how I don't like lakon in Thai. Sorry, I don't like soap operas. So I would never. So people say like, "Oh, watch lakon Thai," and I'm always like, but I don't like them in English. So for me, watching them, it feels a bit strange. Like for me personally, I love just reading news articles. This may sound a little bit strange, but I love reading comments in Thai.Oh. So this may sound like a really, really weird thing to say, but like, let's say there's a news video, and then people give their opinions and things. I always scroll down and read the comments because I find that that's people writing in a very natural way. They write often in a kind of spoken language. And so this is something which I recommend, like read comments. Like if you watch like an interesting clip that's in English, you will find there are so many comments in English, and you will find how English or American people express themselves in a natural way. Because I mean, obviously from a textbook, how someone expresses themselves it's quite different actually to real life of how we express ourselves to a situation. So yeah, read comments. I'm weird, but
You're not weird. You're not alone. Definitely. I was definitely on the same path.Okay, sure. I don't know about you guys. I don't know about, and now I know about Rosie, but I don't know about you guys. But whenever I go on YouTube, the first thing before actually watching the video, I will go to the comment section first.
Yes, exactly.
If anybody here has the same kind of habits or preference and interest, type comment. Yes.So that we know that you're also like that too, and that we're not weird.
Yeah, so I say find anything that you love to do. Find, whether it's reading, whether it's listening. I mean, it's obviously nice to have a balance. I don't recommend just like reading a dictionary, for example. Do make sure that you are doing a little bit of listening, a little bit of reading, and speaking. Okay, so one thing to just say with speaking is that some people say that I don't have someone to speak with.This may sound really strange again, but try speaking to yourself. Like honestly, when you're in, so many students have told me that they practice their English, like speaking in front of a mirror or just like walking around the house and having a conversation with themselves, which sounds strange, but it works. So try it.
It is. We are like, I think every language learners are very used and they are...excellent at talking to themselves.
100%.
It's the same for you, right?
100%.
I would be like talking to myself. I don't think that's a good idea, but maybe it is. I start reflecting everything myself. An activity that's good. I know that sometimes if you sit alone and you feel like if I have to talk to myself what should I talk about? So let's say that if you're gonna get like a cup of tea, this is like an activity that I got an idea from somebody and I keep recommending it to my students. For example, if you're gonna get like, let's say Rosie is having a cup of tea right now. So let's say if you're gonna make a tea, a cup of tea, then maybe you start going and start explaining to yourself exactly what you're doing. For example, like, okay, I'm gonna get a cup. Okay, I like this cup. This is not a cup, this is a mug. Okay, I like this cup. Okay, I'm gonna pour hot water in. Okay, looks good. Okay, I'm gonna put the tea bag in. Let me tear this and then I'll put it in. Oh, I start to smell something good. Oh, that's so nice. Okay, I really like this tea. Oh, okay, I will have a sip. Oh, I'm alive. That's it. That's it. Now you're already speaking in English. Yeah.
Oh, that's so nice. Oh, I've never heard that that way before, but I think it's very like simple, but it's actually very, I imagine it's pretty useful and beneficial because you're actually consciously thinking about vocabulary as well. Like you said, like the word tea bag, the word sip, like these kind of things, which if you're in a conversation, you may try and say it out loud, like, what's the word for tea bag? Oh, I can't think, oh, whatever. So yeah, I like it. Role playing with yourself.
Exactly. We are very good at talking to ourselves. It sounds bad, but it's good. It's really good.
It's a good way to learn a language.
Exactly. Now, last but not least, should we talk a little bit about being proactive in learning?
Definitely. Yes.
That's a very interesting word. Proactive. What does it mean, being proactive?
Being proactive is basically finding any way to, how to explain it? Good question. Feel like being proactive is about basically being active yourself without depending on other people. So I think that when people are learning a language, I mean, to be honest, the word proactive you can use in any situation, whether it's at work, learning a language, is that you're not depending on somebody else. So you're actively trying to improve yourself. Exactly. So let's imagine that Kana and I talked about this a little bit about imagine there's a word that you don't know the meaning of a word, okay? And some students like ask me, okay, what's the meaning of this word? And the beautiful thing is that we have the internet, we have dictionaries, and I mean, it's about actually taking the time. If you really want to know the meaning of a word or try and understand something or a sentence, it's about actually sitting down and being proactive without depending on somebody else. So sure, we may ask a quick question to somebody, that's fine. But I think in general, the more proactive we are, the more we're going to remember it. Like if you just teach me a new word now, to be honest, it probably won't stick in my brain. It might do, but if I actively like search online, and if I actually actively write it down, that's going to make it stick much more. It's going to make it stick much longer, I should say. So I think it's just about not depending on other people, and it's actually just more beneficial. It's actually beneficial for our learning process is being active, being proactive.
Exactly. There are like the two opposites are active and passive, right? And what we're very, very used to in our education is actually sitting down, and then there is a teacher. So teachers keep talking. I'm just here listening, and whenever it's necessary, I can just write down one thing or tick for my exams. The less effort then the less you're gonna be able to retain the information or remember it, right? So like just like you said, the more effort you put into finding the answers of something, the more effort you trying to engage with a certain information, you're gonna always remember that better. So if you expect that, okay, if I listen more to English, if I read more, then I will be able to magically one day speak fluently. And it doesn't work that way.
No, right? It doesn't, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, we wish.
Okay, sure.
That would be like, have you watched Doraemon?
Oh no!
The-
So I know it's just from Thailand, but I've never actually looked at it.
There's this I don't know, it's like a, what's that called? Like jelly? Like the language translation dictionary jelly. In Thai we
Okay,
call it
sure.
วุ้นแปลภาษา So if you eat, or is it eating? I don't know. You eat this jelly, then you
Yep.
start to become like knowledgeable in that language. But of course, it doesn't work that way in language learning.
No,
right?
it doesn't.
The more you put effort into it, it's that simple. So just to add to what I think that's complete enough already in her answer. But I think if we think about skills into input and output, input is taking in information, but just taking in is not enough because it's not the whole cycle of it. If you just take in information, you're not going to be able to pull it out. It's just going to be there somewhere, but then you cannot pull it out and use it. The ability to pull it out and use it fluently comes from the rest of the circle. Is come from speaking it out and using it and writing it. Yeah. So you need to be able to fulfill the whole circle, the whole cycle of language learning. So that way you'll be able to remember it. So no wonder everybody, I think it's probably the same for Rosie as well. People are like, ครูจำคำศัพท์ไม่ได้อ่ะครูอ่านไปแล้วไม่แบบพูดฟังเข้าใจนะแต่แบบพูดไม่รู้เรื่องเลย That's maybe we need to work on the output a little bit more. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. And yeah, like we said about using like dictionaries and things like, don't just rely on one dictionary. I mean, I personally think it's useful to have different dictionaries, and to be honest, online, there are so many online dictionaries. So if you really want to know that, I mean, obviously if it's a very simple translation, like the word for hat, you're not really going to look for different meanings of the word hat. I mean, more is okay, fine. But when it comes to verbs or adjectives, this is when you should start looking at example sentences. And especially if you don't really understand the first one, then be proactive and look at another example sentence. Try and search for it online. You may find that you find articles with that word just simply by putting that word into Google. And you'll find an article and see how it's used in what kind of context. So make use of the internet. It's just amazing.
Exactly. We live in we're just lucky generation
Oh my
to
God,
have all this success. Right.
Exactly.
Okay. Last topic is actually how you can keep improving actually. And of course I know, oh wow, super motivated right now. Maybe just checking in a little bit. ทุกคนบอกว่าไม่สนใจเราเลย
Okay, have check the comments. You're okay, Kana.
Okay. How are you feeling so far? What have you learned so far?
Yes,
What have you
good
learned
question.
so far?
Yes.
Today รู้ว่าครูโรซี่น่ารักจังนะคะ Okay. All right. Everything need practice. Keep going. Someday we will make it. Yeah.
Woo! Positive attitude.
Are a champion, my friend. I sound horrible.
Don't worry, I literally have new words in my voice.
Exactly. Okay. I always try to use new vocabulary with someone. That's good.
That is good.
That's amazing. Wow, we have a special, most beautiful guest here.
Yay!
We should have like all like a, what's that called? Like a squad, like a, what's that like a girl group?
Like a girl group, exactly.
A team of, you know, we have BNK already, so we should have like some like our
teacher.
Yeah. English teaching Blackpink or something like that. We should definitely have that. คุยหวานสวัสดีค่ะ Hello. Okay. Kun Rosie, when you dance, you look so cute.
Thank you so much.
Now I'm gonna start this hand gestures now.
Yeah, I'm not going to do it with the T. It has to be like this.
I'm so. I need to learn. I need to get a lesson.
It's fine. We'll have lessons tomorrow as soon as possible.
Somebody's learning Thai. I use Thai, I know, alone by myself all the time.
Oh, Chelsea, that's so nice to know that you do that as well. And it's not just me role playing by myself in my bedroom. Oh no, that sounds inappropriate. When I role play by myself in my house.
No, it's not. I do that too. Okay. Comment. Oh, a lot of people, same habit, talking about the comment. Okay. That's so true, Nong Kana. Even I used to study in Australia, but my teacher told me I have American accent because I found it easier for me. I know, right? For some people, I think it's different from one people to another, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Very interesting. Now, I think maybe we just leave with something that I think now that you know how to do it, how can we keep going? Sometimes it can be discouraging, right? Language learning process could be quite challenging as well. So any recommendation, advice from Kurosi?
I would say for me, the most important thing is to remember why you're learning the language. I mean, it's something which I tell all my students is that anytime that you're feeling like it's getting tiring, that it's getting boring, is remind yourself of your goal. Because I mean, most people have some goal, whatever it is. It may be that you're learning English for travel, just to communicate with foreigners in general. It may be that you're learning English for your work. Whatever your goal is, there is a reason that you started in the first place. So for me, it's about reminding yourself of your initial goal, why you started. And if you can remind yourself that, then it will remind you to keep going. And this also, I mean, for me, is that obviously the end goal is that you want to speak English or communicate in English, but I think you also need to have like little goals as well. You need to break it down, and setting yourself those small goals are much more important than just like, I want to be fluent in English. Because I mean, to be honest, learning a language it's not just like, it doesn't take a year, it doesn't take 2 years. I mean, to be honest, it's like a journey. And you have to like enjoy the journey, and in the process, set yourself like small goals, and that will keep you going. That will keep you motivated.
Amazing. I really, yeah, I think it the same way. And of course, to have a clear goal before actually starting the action is very, very important. Not just like, I want to be able to speak fluently, but like how, for what, how long you're going to give yourself, all these things. Yeah. For me, my part, I think, when you face difficulty, there is this thing called the growth mindset that I always talk about. Of course, if you ever read the book, it's called Mindset. The idea, it's a mindset. Sometimes when we talk about mindset, it's like, so abstract, like, mindset again. But it's actually very scientific. And people think and react and behave very much differently when they face something, the difficulty or, the process that they have to go through. And this is why some people succeed at something very greatly, and why some people always seem to fall behind, even though they started off at the very similar stance. So for me, the growth mindset is actually the belief or understanding that you have enough capacity to develop, to learn, and to grow indefinitely. And you can always, there's no such thing as my language is not good, or any skills. Yeah. I'm not a person for this. I was not born for this. Or like, if I'm bad at this, I'm forever bad at this, or like I'm terrible at this and I will never be able to change my skills. So always believe that you are able to, change your intelligence and your skills and your capacity to do something always substantially. So if you really believe that, you're gonna find a way to be able to overcome all the challenges. Sometimes, จำคำศัพท์ไม่ได้ ออกเสียงมายังไม่เป๊ะสักที All this will become little because you know that you have enough capacity, you have the ability to get through it and just achieve whatever goals you have. And I think that's also very important to, whenever you face challenges, something gets difficult, always remember that you have enough ability to do all of this. Yeah.
Definitely. Okay, that's so nice, Kana. I really like that. I'm just going to, I would just like to add, just also, basically like you said, to do with the growth mindset is just the idea that every single person can learn a language. And I think that I've met so many people that, like I say, like, oh, I can speak Thai, and they're like, oh my God, your Thai is so amazing. And I'm like, I wasn't born speaking Thai. I wasn't born in Thailand. Do you know how many thousands and hundreds and thousands of hours that I've put into learning Thai? And it's not that I'm naturally talented or anything. And I think that this is something which people have to remember that. I mean, personally, I do think, okay, fine, some people maybe develop slightly quicker than others. Yes, that's true. But in the end, eventually, you can all reach the same goal. It may take a little bit longer, but I mean, that's just life. And you have to. And one other thing, sorry, to add is that like I went back to talking about setting small goals. It's also about like celebrating these small goals as well. So like having these goals and then like, okay, so I want to be able to have a 2-minute conversation with a foreigner. And once you have done that, you should celebrate that goal, and it should be something that you feel proud of. So I think that it keeps you motivated if you're able to really feel proud of yourselves. And yes, celebrate these small goals.
Exactly. I think it's very, you should have some small wins and big wins as well.
Definitely.
And celebrate so that you don't feel discouraged every now and then, because it's not a sprint, it's a marathon, and it's a lifelong learning skill. So keep it up.
Definitely. Yes, so just to tell all of the listeners here, like all of the watchers and viewers, that yes, you can learn a language. Don't give up. And you've been listening to us for 1 hour. And whether you understand 5% or 95%, it really doesn't matter.
Okay, let us comment a little bit. How much can you understand us? 5%?
Yes, exactly. Yes.
10%?
10%.
20%? 60%?
It's a good question. Comment down below. How much can you understand?
How much can you understand us? Okay.
Down below. I would love to know.
Me too. Oh, I think quite a number of people actually asked how they can learn English with us. So Rosie, do you want to start talking a little bit about like the courses that you have and how people can go follow you, and what are the works out there that they can maybe like learn more about with you?
Okay, so if you're watching from my page, then you're probably already following my page. But if you're not, then yes, please like and follow. Yes, how on Facebook it works is that you can like or follow. So yes, got like as well. Press the like button as well. So obviously on my page, I always update with videos every week, which I normally use Thai as well. I basically just teach in Thai, and then obviously I'm teaching English, but I use Thai to explain some things, and I do translations. And then I've started doing live on a Monday at 8 p.m. normally. And then, yes, I may do some other surprise lives during the week. So that's like my page and things. So if you're not following, then please do. With regards to courses, so at the moment I have a course with Skill Lane called Turn Pro Your English. So this is for people. Yes, here is the course down below. Love it. So for this course is basically for people that are working or are hoping to find work soon. So basically it includes different phrases. It's focusing on different topics like meetings, small talk, phrasal verbs, idioms, and basically focusing on your English in the workplace. So there's so much in there. So that's an online course with School Lane. So if you're interested in that, maybe there'll be a link as well. I'm not sure. If there's a link, then click on the link. But if there's not a link, then on my page, you will also see Skill Lane. And if you have, okay, perfect. And so if you have any questions about the course, you can inbox me and I will try and reply as soon as possible. And the next course that I have at the moment is a private basically a private online speaking course. So for this one, this is a course that is 15 hours in 10 sessions. So it's basically one-on-one, just like me and Kanat are doing. And I focus on my students speaking English confidently. We do different topics every class. And I mean, if there's something that you want to focus on, we can do that. But in general, I prepare the course myself and we do general topics. It includes like vocabulary, idioms, phrases. It's basically everything in general to help you speak fluently and confidently. But at the moment, I'm full with this course. However, from next month, I will have an opening again. So it may be just a course that you're interested in. If you want to know more, then yes, inbox me. I'll tell you more. But like I said, we're full at the moment, but next month, then I will have more openings available. So yes, if you have any questions, inbox me and I promise that I will reply as soon as possible. Ta-da!
Yay! Oh my god!
Also, I follow my YouTube as well.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna put up the link here. It's in a comment if you're from my page. It's in a comment. Our lovely admin just post the link. I think you can type Crew Rosie. I think this is definitely the first thing that comes up on a search result as well. So yeah, that's amazing. Okay, as for me, if you want to learn with me เวลาเราโฆษณาเราต้องเป็นภาษาไทยนิดนึงนะคะเพื่อให้เกิดอรรถรสใดๆนะคะ Thank you so much for watching today. If you want to learn with us and of course Kurosi, definitely go follow Kurosi as well. For me, we have like a number of online courses that you can take นะคะสำหรับของคณะเนี่ยก็จะมีเป็นคอร์สที่เป็นก้อนนี้โอ้โห
เป็นแพ็กเกจหรือเปล่า
เป็นทำไมมันเยอะจังเลย The thing with me is I really find joy in creating curriculum. I don't know why it's become like a thing for me. Like I want to keep like making courses. So these are beginner courses สำหรับใครที่ต้องการปูพื้นฐานตั้งแต่เริ่มต้นเลยนะคะอยากฟังให้เป๊ะอยากพูดให้ได้เนี่ยนะคะก็จะแนะนำเป็น3คอร์สนี้เนาะพูดฝรั่งได้ดังเสียงเนี่ยจะเป็นแบบปูพื้นฐานโดยรวมหมดเลยส่วน conversation เนี่ยต้องการแบบอยากคุยกับฝรั่งโต้ตอบโต้ตอบได้แบบนี้ทำยังไงได้บ้างคะนะคะ and pronunciation ก็จะเน้นในเรื่องของการพูดเป็นออกเสียงเป็นหลักนะคะแล้วก็สำหรับใครที่ต้องใช้ในการทำงานเราก็จะมีเป็น English for Career Development นะคะแล้วก็สำหรับใครที่อยากจอยเป็นติวเตอร์ในการสอนภาษาอังกฤษออนไลน์นะคะหรือว่าสอนภาษาอื่นๆก็มีเหมือนกันเรามีคอมมูนิตี้นี้Teach English it's cool because we are the cool teachers นะคะก็มาจอยคอมมูนิตี้กับเราก็ได้นะคะเราสามารถคณะแชร์ how to know how ทั้งหมดแล้วก็ tips and technique ทั้งหมดในการสอนออนไลน์ของคณะไม่ว่าจะเป็นตัวต่อตัวเนาะหรือว่าการทำคอร์สออนไลน์ก็จะมีนิดนึงนะคะอยู่ในคอร์สนี้เหมือนกันแล้วก็จะมีอัปเดตให้เรื่อยๆอีกเช่นเคยปีนี้เราก็จะมีโปรเจกต์ที่ทำให้ทุกคนที่อยู่ในคอมมูนิตี้นี้สามารถมาทดลองสอนจริงกับนักเรียนจริงๆผ่านช่องทางออนไลน์นะคะก็เหมือนมาเป็นโปรแกรมด้วยกันมาเป็นคอมมูนิตี้เดียวกันนะคะแล้วก็ last but not least ทานทาดาดานทานI need to start doing this motion as well so I look beautiful as well. Yeah. So we just announced just last week that we are opening a new course called Speak Brilliantly, Excel at Public Speaking and Presentation in English. So this is mainly, and this is not for everyone, like a disclaimer. This is mainly for people who need to present or speak publicly in English. So this is an intermediate to advanced level. So anybody who needs to talk in front of a lot of people online or offline, maybe like the webinar or conferences, meetings, or if you're working in an international company or something like that you need to keep talking to customers, to partners, stakeholders, this will be the course for you. ถ้าต้องการ present อยากขึ้นพูดบนเวทีจับไมค์หรือแบบถ้าเราต้องคุยกับคนเยอะๆตอนนี้ประมาณ1,000 กว่าคน 2,000 คนเนี่ยทำยังไงให้เราสามารถสื่อสารเป็นภาษาอังกฤษได้แบบโปรเนาะซึ่งมันก็จะไม่เหมือนกันกับในภาษาไทยมันก็จะมีอะไรบางอย่างที่เราจะต้องแบบพยายามให้ออกสำเนียงต้องพอสตอนไหนอยากขึ้นลงยังไงโทนจะออกมาเป็นยังไงให้คนยังฟังเราได้นานๆโดยที่แบบ ไม่เบื่อหรือเบื่อแล้วก็ไม่รู้ yeah but yeah this is the new course นะคะซึ่งถ้าสมัครก่อน5กุมภาพันธ์นี้นะคะเรามีส่วนลดสูงสุดให้ 1,550 บาทเพราะฉะนั้นสำหรับใครที่สมัครก่อน5กุมภาพันธ์นี้ we keep supporting each other by doing the hand gesture thing exactly โอเค5กุมภาพันธ์นี้นะคะลด 1,550 บาทใครที่สนใจสามารถ inbox มาได้เลยนะคะโอเคThank you so much, everybody. Let's see a little bit of comments before we leave.
Yeah. It's strange because I can't see the comments. So yes, read any exciting ones to me.
Everything is exciting. It's hard now. Okay.
Okay. I'm going to have to go back and scroll and read them.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, there's so many. This this is probably the most the most extremely fun live for me so far for the past years.
Oh yeah. Also, yes, for the viewers, if you would like to see myself and Kanat do another live session, then comment down below.
ใครอยากดูนะคะคณะกับครูโรซี่ไลฟ์กันอีกนะคะซึ่งแน่นอนเดี๋ยวมันจะมาอีกแน่นอนเพราะว่าไม่รู้โรซี่อยากหรือเปล่าแต่ว่าคณะนี่คือแน่นอนเดี๋ยวเราจะไปลากโรซี่
No, I'll be telling you, Kanat, come on.
Okay, thank you to beautiful teachers. Thank you for thinking of me.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you both of you for sharing this knowledge. Okay, amazing. All right. Okay. Came from Cru Rosie page. Okay.
Yay.
Okay. A question, Cru Rosie, will you open any English for academic writing in future? Research and academic?
That's a good question. So probably not in the near future. It may be something in the further future. It could be more of a long-term goal. Myself, I do more focus on speaking and communication. But yes, it's possible. It's nice to have some feedback of what different people want. So yeah, it's possible. I'm open to everything. Whatever my students want, then I'm open.
So keep following for
yes, exactly.
New interesting courses. Okay, I follow Cru Rosie page already.
Thank you. ขอบคุณค่ะ
Somebody said I'm from Pakistan. Oh, and I can speak languages. Wow.
That's cool. Also so cool to know that we have people from Pakistan. Oh, I have one question for this guy. I don't know how to pronounce your name, sorry. How did you find our live?
I know. That's what I
would love to know.
Too. Yeah. Oh, okay. I got so many new formal vocabularies from today. Then I give 99%. Oh, okay, means she understands 99%.
That is super impressive. If you can understand 99%, then you are doing well. You go, girl.
Oh, somebody said 300%. Wow.
300. Woohoo!
Woohoo! Somebody said 100%. Okay. More than 80%.
Oh, 80% is very, very good.
Yeah. About 20%. That's good. That's good start already.
20% is still pretty good. It means that you're like picking out the main words and that you're able to follow the conversation. That's great. 20%, you're doing well.
Amazing. Thank you very much for help. Very helpful. I can understand you guys about 70%. Okay.
Wow. Keep pictures well.
Yeah. Okay. Amazing. I think that I probably have to go back and read all the comments later on.
Oh my gosh, I think I'm going to go sleep at like 2 a.m. just scrolling through the comments.
Me too. Okay, I think that should be very much it for today. We have gone over the time. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much, Rosie. I had this great, wonderful time with you, and I think you're the sweetest person I've ever met in my life. So thank you so much for reaching out to me.
Oh, my pleasure. And I'm so happy we have had such a good live session. I'm just excited more about us working together and doing more live sessions and everything. So super excited.
Hey, do like a little bit of photo shoot, like for like the cover photo, the thumbnail photo. Should it be like
yes? Should it be the dance? You do that and I'll do the dance.
Yeah. Okay. Amazing. This should be a signature move now. Okay.
Exactly.
Thank you so much, everyone. ขอบคุณมากๆเลยนะคะ and we'll see you guys again very soon. If you haven't followed Kru Rosie, go follow her, and of course we'll be coming around. Yes. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, everybody.
Bye bye. Have a good night.
Bye bye.
Bye.